Memento mori moment 12. Who will decide Dinah's life? Dinah was Jacob's only daughter. One day, she went out to visit the women of the land. Perhaps she wanted to meet them, learn how they lived, and discover a world beyond her family's tents. But Sechem, the leader of the Hivites, saw her and seized her. He violated her. Afterward, Sechem said that he loved Dinah and spoke tenderly to her. He asked his father to arrange their marriage. But Dinah had not chosen him. First, Sechem took her body. Then he tried to decide her future. Dinah's brothers heard what had happened and became furious. Simeon and Levi devised a plan. They told the men of Sechem that the marriage could take place if every man in the city were circumcised. The men agreed. On the third day, while they were still in pain, Simeon and Levi entered the city and killed every male. They killed Sechem and his father, took Dinah from Shechem's house, and plundered the city. Dinah was brought back to her family. But had she truly been rescued? Sechem had used her to satisfy his desire. Her brothers had used her suffering to justify their revenge. One man called her the woman he loved. Two brothers called her the sister whose honor they defended. Yet no one asked Dinah what she wanted. Her father and brothers argued about the danger their family now faced. Jacob said, "You have brought trouble on me by making me odious to the people of this land." Simeon and Levi answered, "Should he have treated our sister like a prostitute?" The final words of the story belong to the men. Dinah says nothing. Perhaps that silence was Dinah's memento mori moment. She had seen how quickly another person could take possession of her body, her name, and her future. She had also seen how her pain could become a weapon in someone else's hands. If she allowed Shechem's violence to define her, her life would end in Shechem's house. If she allowed her brother's revenge to define her, her life would end among the bodies they left behind. What happened to her could never be undone. But perhaps Dinah realized, what happened to me will not decide who I become. I could not choose what Sechem did to me. I could not choose what my brothers did in my name. But the life that remains is still mine to live. The protected daughter, who believed that her father and brothers would decide what was best for her, died at Sechem. And a woman was born who understood the danger of allowing others to decide the meaning of her life. Years later, when Jacob's household went down to Egypt, the Bible names Dinah among them. Sechem was not the end of her story. She went on living. The Bible does not tell us what role she played in the family, but we may imagine that a woman who had witnessed both violation and revenge would recognize danger before others did. Perhaps she learned to listen to those whose voices were ignored. Perhaps she warned the younger members of the family against mistaking possession for love and revenge for justice. The Bible does not record Dinah's words. Therefore, this is an imaginative reconstruction, following the silence of the text. But the Bible does tell us that Dinah survived Sechem and continued with Jacob's family into Egypt. She was more than what Sechem did to her. She was more than the excuse her brothers used for killing. She was Dinah. A person's life is finite. That is why its meaning must not be surrendered to the person who caused the wound, or to those who claim the right to avenge it. Dinah could not choose what happened to her, but she could choose what kind of person would live afterward. Memento mori does not merely say, "One day I will die." It also says, "The life remaining to me must become my own decision." What happened to us will always be part of our story. But must it decide how our story ends?